Here are all 5 map fragment locations in Elden Rings Shadow of the Erdtree DLC, and in this video I will show you the quickest routes to get all 5 from the very beginning of your DLC journey. Number 1. Gravesite Plains. The first map fragment that you will need to find is that of the Gravesite Plains, the DLC's starting area. From the starting location, follow the path and head up the stairs. Enjoy the beautiful vista of the Shadowlands for a few moments, and then head straight over to the Gravesite Plains Site of Grace. From here, you will want to head northeast down the hill and onto the main road, but be careful as a Cursed Blade enemy is waiting to chase you down en route to the road, and these enemies are not to be trifled with. Follow the main road towards the Rauh Ruins and you will find the first map fragment on the side of the road at the base of the Stille. Number 2. Scadu Altus. The Scadu Altus map fragment can be found on the far side of Castle Ensis, located here on the map. To gain access to this area, you can either go through Castle Ensis and defeat the area boss R'hllana Twin Moon Knight, or if she is proving too tricksy for you, then there is a cheeky route that will take you around it. To do this, first from the Gravesite Plains Site of Grace, head down the hill and follow the road through the Rauh Ruins until you reach the crossroad at the 3-path cross Site of Grace. From here, head north across the bridge until you reach the Castle Front Site of Grace. Next, jump on Torrent and head east, following the path past the camp, and when you reach the 2 guards in red, veer left and hug the cliffside. When you reach the end of the cliff, carefully drop down onto the ledge below, working your way down each ledge until you reach the very bottom. Once at the bottom, run across the water to the other side, and head up the hill. At the top of the hill, you will find a small poison pond, so run through it and to the east you will then see a larger poison pond with a Miranda sprout in the middle. Head southeast past the poison pond and follow the path along the cliffside, and you will reach a locked spirit spring. To activate it, either find the stone cairn which is located up the path to the left of the spring, or use Mogul Margit's shackle, and this will break the cairn from afar, activating the spirit spring. Next, jump up the spirit spring to reach the higher ground, and then continue east until you reach another spirit spring, and again jump up it and then you will land on a section of the Fort of Reprimand. From here, jump off the side of the building and follow the side of the building all the way around, sticking to the cliff wall to your right. You will eventually reach a path that tunnels through the cliff. Go through it and then follow the path north, but avoiding the battle going on between the Ghostflame Dragon and local residents. Continue to follow the path past the Rauh Ruins on your right, but remember to activate the Site of Grace there as we will be using it for another map fragment later on. Once at the top of the hill, you will reach a crossroads, and the Scadu Altus map fragment will be located at the base of the Stille at this junction. Before we move on to the next one, if you are enjoying this video, don't forget to like and subscribe and ring that bell to make sure you don't miss out on even more Elden Ring content. Number 3. Southern Shores. The Southern Shores map fragment can be found at the start of the peninsula in the southwest, located here on the map. To access this area, you will need to go on a rather long trek, so starting at the Castle Front Site of Grace, located here on the map, head southeast, following the ravine in the landscape until you reach a large rock archway. Go all the way through it and then follow the slope all the way down to your left-hand side. Then, when you reach the water, enter the Elec River Cave on your left-hand side. Follow the main path through the cave, resting at the Site of Grace when you reach it. Continue through the cave until you exit, and then follow the stream south until you reach the waterfall. When you reach the waterfall, very carefully drop down the ledges until you reach the very bottom. From here, continue to follow the river south, going past the furnace golem that prowls the area, and eventually you will reach the Cerulean Coast Site of Grace. Keep heading south and all that stands between you and the Southern Shores map fragment is a Ghostflame Dragon, so either run straight past it or take it on if you feel strong enough. Once past the dragon, you will find the map fragment at the base of the Stille, on the right-hand side of the path, just up the hill from the lake containing the Ghostflame Dragon. Number 4. Rauh Ruins. The Rauh Ruins map fragment can be found just outside the Temple Town ruins, located here on the map. But as it is now apparently standard practice for the Shadow of the Erdtree DLC, the phrase "as the crow flies" has no meaning here. So for our next journey, from the Rauh Ruins Site of Grace, located here on the map, head north-northeast to the small pond north of the ruins. Behind the lake, you will see a statue of Marika and a Shadow Tree blessing, so pick up the blessing and head north through the cave. Once out of the cave, follow the area northwest until you find another cave entrance. Go all the way through this cave until you reach the other side, and the ancient ruins base Site of Grace. Then head southwest following the landscape until you reach the Temple Town ruins. Just before you reach the ruins, you will find a Stille with the Rauh Ruins map fragment located at its base. Number 5. Abyssal Woods. To acquire the Abyssal Woods map fragment will take us on our longest journey so far, from defeating the Golden Hippopotamus boss in the Shadow Keep to then taking the secret coffin ride down to the ruins of Unte, traversing the Recluse River, surviving the Darklight Catacombs, and then facing Jorai Elder Inquisitor. And we need to do all this before we even get into the Abyssal Woods. Once we have accessed it though, it's then a quick-ish walk to the far side of the woods to obtain the map fragment. So strap in folks, because this is going to be a bumpy ride. Part 1. Shadow Keep. So firstly, from the High Road Cross Site of Grace located just to the north of Castellensis, follow the road all the way to the north, through the army camp and past the Furnace Golem, until you reach the lift. Then take the lift up to the very top and rest at the Shadowkeep main site of Grace. You will then find yourself in front of a fog gate leading to the Golden Hippopotamus boss. Once you have defeated this boss, take the exit to the west side of the room, and then follow the stairs all the way up to the top, through the rooms and then up the stairs until you reach the level with all the boats that are on fire. Work your way to the other end of this area, heading east, killing any enemies along the way. Then at the end on the left hand side, you will find a ladder leading down to the water. From the bottom of the ladder, head right and follow the path along the water's edge. Then behind the small waterfall on your left, you will find a secret passageway leading to a room with a ladder on the floor. Descend this ladder to the very bottom. Once at the bottom, turn to your left and go through the archway, and you will find yourself in a room with the Domain of Dragons painting on the far side. Then on the wall to the southwest, between two lit torches, you will see a faint outline of an archway. Hit the wall in the centre to unveil an illusory wall. Follow this secret passageway all the way down until you reach the coffin at the end. Interact with it and it will then take you all the way to the Castle Water Hole Site of Grace located near the Ruins of Unte. Part 2. Ruins of Unte. From here, head southeast, ignoring the Furnace Golem that will awaken when you get near. Then, follow the Recluses River south, utilising Torrent to navigate the rocky outcroppings along the way. When you reach the end of the Recluses River, stick to the right hand side and work your way down the waterfalls, and you will reach a larger lake. At the end of this lake, you will see a waterfall, and on the left hand side, you will see gravestones sticking out of the cliff. Traverse down them until you reach the land below, and on the cliffside to your left, you will find the entrance to the Darklight Catacombs. Part 3. Darklight Catacombs. Once you have entered the catacombs, go down the lift and then once at the bottom, activate the Site of Grace. Then continue forward and take the first turning on your right hand side, following the stairs all the way to the bottom until you reach a railing in front of you. Very carefully jump over the railing, landing on the small ledge below, and follow it round to the right. At the gap of the ledge, drop down onto the small platform, and then drop down again onto the bridge. Follow this bridge north through the archway, and then go down the stairs until you reach the lift. Then take it all the way down. At the bottom of the lift, head north and go through the archway. Then stick to your right hand side, and follow the staircase down. Keep heading forward and at the junction turn left to go down the next set of stairs, being careful of the imp enemies along the way. At the bottom of the stairs, go through the doorway and turn left. Then jump down to the next level. From here continue forward and then again drop down to the next level. Once at the bottom, turn left and head east through the archway. Follow it to the end going down the two staircases until you reach another lift. Stand on the pressure pad and take the lift to the very bottom. At the bottom of this lift, head east going down the stairs until you enter a dark room. Be careful in here as there are multiple imps and the Big Mouth Imp that will launch fire at you. Keep heading east until you are at the base of the Big Mouth Imp. Follow the path east going round the back of the Big Mouth Imp, and then head down the staircase along the right hand wall. At the bottom of the first set of stairs, immediately turn right or south and follow the next set of stairs to the bottom and you will find another lift. Activate it and descend all the way to the bottom. Once at the bottom, face south and head forwards, going down the stairs until you reach the golden glow of Jorai Elder Inquisitor's fog gate. Enter the fog gate and kick some ass. Part 4. Abyssal Woods. Once you have defeated Jorai, you will now find yourself at the Forsaken Graveyard Site of Grace. Continue forward and you will now enter the Abyssal Woods. Continue down the hill until you reach the Woodland Trail Site of Grace. One thing you will soon notice is that your Spectral Steed Torrent is not available in this area. Something has them spooked. Then from here, follow the main path south, and you will encounter the Madding Hand enemy. You can either take them on, or run straight past them. If you keep following the trail south-southeast, keeping to the left-hand side, you will eventually arrive at the abandoned church, and you will find the Abyssal Woods map fragment at the base of the Stilly just in front of the church. And for now, that's it! You now have all 5 map fragments for the Shadow of the Erdtree DLC, ready to explore at your pleasure. Let me know in the comment section below what your favourite area of the DLC is, and which area you found the toughest to traverse. Thanks for watching, and as always, don't forget to like and subscribe for even more Elden Ring content.